Hi everybody, JD N0IRS here, and what I wanted to do is probably start covering some shack projects and maybe visit some unusual stations around the Midwest during the winter time, as propagation, of course, will continue to get just about non-existent during the winter time. Anyway, this is the first project in the series of new videos for the winter in 2010. Okay, here's my latest project, which is basically a grid map light table, and it's configured on a set of tracks, and it basically is the same place where my keyboard shelf was. And the box is made out of poplar, which is on the low end of the scale of the hardwood family, and of course tools pretty nice because it's not real hard, so it's gentle on blades and router bits, etc. And then I've got the tracks mounted on these little track extensions, and of course I've trimmed out the bottom of the box, and I reused the light switch out of one of the existing 15-inch fluorescent under the table type fixtures that I bought. And I got the idea when I was over at a buddy of mine's house, Kim, KD0FEI. He happened to have one of these laying out. I'd never seen them before, not this size. I printed out the ones that you can find on the internet, but they're only like 8.5 by 11. And so I managed to talk him out of one, and they're $1 a piece directly from the ARRL. And I used a protractor, a see-through protractor, and this particular one here happens to fold back. And of course you can move it around. And I drilled a hole right in the location where Kansas City, Missouri is. And I just used basically a 8/32 Allen head bolt, and there's a nylon lock nut on the other side, and I used a electrical terminal to fit over the hole, and I epoxied the back side of it to the bolt head before or after I soldered this pointer on. And this is basically a piece of stinger antenna off of a Hustler antenna, and I cut it off with a Dremel tool. Anyway, the most important part about this project is its ability to light it up. And put the switch on here, let the camera adjust to the light, and you can see how it lights up the map. And you can use this again old school way. A lot of guys use WinGrid and have logging programs, but if you can get the guy's grid square, it'll get you turning the antennas in the right direction. And I've found it to be very, very accurate with WinGrid and my logging program. So again, you can adapt it to however you want to use the table. You don't have to use the protractor, but you maybe use it to keep track of what grids you've worked on, what bands, maybe color code the map. The map slides out. It's on plexiglass, and of course you got these two screws here on the side, which allow the front to come off, and you can slide out the plexiglass. And of course the back is screwed on as well, which gives you access to the 15-inch light tubes. Now I paid $10 a piece for the light tubes, and I basically took all the plastic parts and dismantled them and kept the tubes and the sockets, and then of course the switch and the cord, and rewired everything back up once I got it in the box. But my only thing I'm going to do now is to put a vent on the back side to let some of the heat out, and I just got a standard wall vent that I'm going to put on there. I'm going to cut out a hole and then mount the vent on it. But basically I got the drawer glides on these little track extensions to give me the proper width of the box. Now if I would have built the box the total width of the opening, I would have had a problem on how to mount these. I would have had to drop everything down lower, because these would have had a rod in the bottom of the box. So I built the box 1 inch smaller than my original opening, and then I added the 1-inch extensions on. I could put them at any height I wanted to. Now the neat thing about this is, and I'll grab my keyboard here, the neat thing about this is you can still put your keyboard on top, and as long as you've got the feet, if I can show them on the camera, you get the feet stuck out, pick the keyboard up in front, it doesn't interfere with your protractor that's mounted on the unit. But anyway, it's still, it'll slide back into the opening no problem. And again, that way if you use a dual keyboard setup, you can still use it and not have to do without it. What I'm going to do next is I've got some flat black paint. I'm going to paint this flat black, and some guys would stain it. I'm going to paint this one flat black, the prototype, and put some satin finish on it. And I've got another map coming, and I'm going to outline the states with a black fine tip marker. And I thought about color, and then I thought I'd probably detract from what I'm trying to do here, so that's the only upgrade I'm going to do to it right now. So anyway, that's the latest project here at the N0 IRS shack. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you build one of these for yourself.